I'm delighted to be here for the ET Digital Telco Summit. Today, I want to share with you two different stories. The story of the Airtel you perhaps know, but also the story of the Airtel you perhaps don't know. The story of the Airtel you know is that we have 280 million customers in the mobility segment, almost 20 million homes that we serve, that we also serve the largest 2,000 companies and a million smaller businesses. What you probably also know is that our reach spans every town and over 400,000 villages in India. Many of you may know that our mission is to deliver the best experience to our customers, and of course, being one of the most trusted brands in India. But the story we tell ourselves every day is not this. This story really starts with our obsession, with our customers, with you. So let me play a little video that each of us in Airtel know and believe in.
Let's talk about differences. There's a difference between customer service and customer obsession. Customer service is about what we should do. Obsession, on the other hand, is about what we must do and will do. We will live our customers' lives every single minute of every single day. We will own their problems so that they can own our solutions. And if we cannot find them, we will invent them. In order to do this, we will not just answer questions. We will also question answers about our network, our pricing, our billing, our channels, and even our hierarchies. We will look at every complaint as an opportunity to turn one more customer into a fan. Because we will not just pass the buck. We will stop it. We will be brutally honest about what we can't do and quietly proud about what we can. In so doing, we will come to be known not just as a telecom company that also provides customer service, but a customer-obsessed company that also provides telecom. Because every single one of us, from the top to the bottom, will now answer to one and only one person: our customer.
This is the purpose that everyone in Airtel lives for: to serve our customers every day. In these last few months through the lockdown, we were at work. Our engineers set up networks, fixed faults, climbed towers braving floods and rains. Our broadband teams installed 2 times the connections that we normally do as work from home grew. And each installation, by the way, takes 3 to 4 hours. Our sales teams opened up 100,000 new stores, groceries and chemists that were open. And our engineering and customer teams declared a war on failure and identified root causes of problems through daily stand-up meetings every single day, 7 days a week. Every one of these amazing people just did their duty, their jobs. No one forced them to do it, because it is our purpose that really drives us every day. This purpose is supported by our digital assets. As a result, our purpose is allowing us to serve our customers in a smarter way. Over the last few years, recognizing how consumers are changing, our consumer business, which is our B2C business in Airtel, has changed dramatically. Airtel is now present where consumers are. 55% of our business is now online. 3 million superheroes volunteer to help friends and family get online. 40% of our high-value customer acquisitions are done online and then delivered straight to the home. Half of your complaints are resolved online. 1 million of our retailers collect payments from our customers through our Mitra app. Our 3 apps, Wink Music, Airtel Xtreme, and Airtel Thanks, are used regularly by over 150 million customers. Even the heart of our network, the network operating center in Manesar, is today manned by just 15 people, down from 1,500 since everyone else is working remotely. In short, Airtel is today both agile and being designed to meet the consumer in an omni-channel way. On the other hand, when we look at our B2B customers, whether large or small, we're spending time asking them what more we can do to help them. They are telling us three things. First, they're asking how to engage with their customers digitally so that they can get more customers or keep them for longer. Our teams have built a very exciting product that enables omni-channel customer relationship management. So as a business, you can now talk to your customers across multiple channels in a safe, secure, and private manner. Second, our B2B customers are asking for help to attack their cost base, especially at a time when revenues have fallen. Our teams have launched several products to help. Airtel Work at Home now combines connectivity, conferencing, and security and saves money to boot. Nextra, our data center proposition, helps our customers host their data in India at a much lower cost than what they would have incurred otherwise. Airtel Cloud helps move customer data onto the cloud. We digitally orchestrate it for them and save them money. Airtel Office in a Box helps consolidate network providers, takes away the hassle of managing networks, and allows for our customers to talk to one trusted partner. It also saves money. Finally, our customers are also asking us, how can we help them keep their business secure from cyber threats? Airtel Secure does just that. We've built a world-class security intelligence center in Manesar, which does real-time monitoring of security threats across all business applications. In addition, we partnered the best cybersecurity companies around the world to bring the best security products and solutions digitally in a one-stop shop from Airtel. Why am I talking of purpose and the story we tell ourselves internally in a conference on Digital India? For two reasons. The first reason is that Digital India can be achieved only through a deep understanding of customers and the problems to solve for them. To do that, we have to be able to adapt the mindsets of our teams, build the right skills, and do it in an agile way. Second, I really do believe this is a very big opportunity. We believe there is so much more to do to serve India better, to improve India's productivity, and ensure every Indian benefits. We believe we are uniquely positioned to deliver this through digital technologies and the partnerships we strike. In short, I believe Digital India will happen only when we redefine our purpose to serve the needs of every Indian, and in so doing, reimagine our businesses to make that happen. As a leading telco, we believe we will play our part. What do we need to make this happen? I would say just three things. First, insights from every one of you, our customers, on what else you need. Hold us accountable to deliver it. Second, an easy business environment. One of the most critical requirements for Digital India is easy and affordable access to right of way so we can reach our customers and give them the services they deserve through the rollout of fiber. Finally, stable and long-term policies so we can keep investing with less risk. A critical need here is access to affordable and abundant spectrum so we can spend money on rolling out networks rather than paying for airwaves. Again, I want to end by thanking Economic Times for the summit. This summit could not have come at a better time. Thank you.